Hey guys, what's going on? James here, and in this video today, we're going to be talking about all the players that we all should be keeping an eye on for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers Week 3 matchup versus the Denver Broncos. Shout out to BetUS Sportsbook and Casino for sponsoring this video, by the way. Let's go ahead and get started here with the defensive side of the football. The first couple of players that came to mind when I was thinking about making this video was firstly Jordan Whitehead. I talked about Jordan Whitehead in a separate video. This dude has been great for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers this season as a tackler, as a pass defender, anything that you want in a good starting caliber safety in this league, he has been able to do. So I'm going to say continue to keep an eye on him, because right now, look, the Bucs don't have Antoine Winfield Jr. right now. Somebody has had to step up. Yes, Christian Izien has done that. You can certainly throw him into this conversation as well as a player to watch, but also I think Jordan Whitehead has been such an important piece of this Buccaneers defense the past couple of weeks without Winfield Jr. being in that mix. So I throw his name into the ring today just to say that this dude's been playing really good, and let's hope that he can keep it up going forward, because it's been a big help to this Bucs defense the past couple of weeks so far up to this point. The next player I want to talk about is Yaya Diaby. And, unfortunately, we haven't gotten to talk about Yaya Diaby a ton so far up to this point, because he hasn't shown up a whole lot so far to start this 2024 season. He really hasn't been getting a ton of pressure, a ton of sacks, anything along those lines. He hasn't really been in the mix so far in terms of pass rushing capabilities. Is that because he's still dealing with his ankle injury? That's not an outlandish, crazy thing to say, in my opinion, but it does mean we're going to have to pay closer attention to Yaya Diaby going forward, because if this does continue, and if Yaya Diaby does continue to struggle, it's not great for the Bucs pass rush, really, under any circumstances. So fingers crossed that Yaya can get it together, start getting some pressure on some opposing quarterbacks, starting here with the Denver Broncos. Guys, real quick, I do want to say thank you again so much to the sponsor of this video, and really just the channel this season, BetUS Sportsbook and Casino. They're doing a really nice offer where whenever you guys do sign up and use the promo code YouTube150, you get a 150% match on your first deposit, and then the next two is 125% after that. So 150% match on your first deposit, 125% on your next two deposits after that. That's all whenever you use the promo code YouTube150. So again, shout out to BetUS Sportsbook and Casino for being a sponsor of this YouTube channel. But again, guys, I want to shift gears now and focus on the offensive side of the ball. A couple of guys that I want to see. Firstly is, let's continue to pay attention to Bucky Irving, because right now Rachaad White is dealing with an injury. It seems like he's going to be good to go, but he's still been struggling a little bit as a runner, whereas Bucky Irving, hasn't necessarily been lighting the world on fire, but he's looking a little bit better as a pure runner when compared to Rachaad White. So I'm curious, does this mean we're going to see Bucky Irving more going forward versus Rachaad White? I feel like that's a legitimate question. Look, Rachaad White is still a great running back in this league, and maybe this is a scenario where it's a running back by committee type of approach, which is kind of what it seems like it's been so far up to this point. But I wonder if we're just going to see that continue outright, because again, like, Bucky Irving's shown some good abilities so far in the early portions of the season, and I am just going to be curious as to how this running back situation is going to continue to unfold and develop here going forward. I do want to talk about Chris Godwin. This dude's been absolutely on fire the past couple of weeks. He's one of the top receivers in terms of receptions, in terms of yards. he's been fantastic. He's been Mike Evans, or he's been Mike Evans. He's basically been, Mike Evans' level of production. Honestly, like, this isn't a crazy thing that we're seeing from Chris Godwin. He's had this level of production before. He's been Baker Mayfield's favorite target, is what I've been trying to say. And, like, Liam Cohen's been cooking with Chris Godwin in this lineup, man. So I'm going to be curious to see this continue. I'm going to be curious to see Chris Godwin continue to really just have a solid season so far. It seems like working him in the slot, giving him screens, using a ton of motion to throw off defenders has been working an absolute, like a dream for the Bucs, right, on the offensive side of the ball. And I expect that to continue here going forward. So pay attention to Chris Godwin. He's the best guy on the Bucs offense right now, just in terms of overall production, and it's been a fun thing to see. Finally, I want to mention the special teams guys, man. Chase McLaughlin's been an absolute dog. I mean, he has. Like, look, and I said that I was worried about Chase McLaughlin the preseason, and I still stand by those takes. Where, look, your kicker ain't making the field goals in the preseason. It's reason for concern, right, if he begins to struggle here in the regular season. Thankfully, McLaughlin's rebounded, and he hasn't struggled in the regular season. In fact, he's looked phenomenal in the regular season, hitting multiple 50-plus yard field goals. I think he hit like a 55-yarder last week against the Lions, where if he doesn't hit that, right, to open the game for the Bucs, you're talking about momentum swings. You're talking about all these different types of things that could have happened just in terms of the flow of the game. So McLaughlin's been a weapon for the Bucs. Simple as that. On the flip side, you have a situation with Jake Camarda that has not been going well, right? You have a situation with Jake Camarda where it's like he's been struggling in a lot of situations. He hasn't been doing great. So if that doesn't improve, maybe the Bucs make the change in that scenario as well. But my alarm's going off, so I guess it's time for me to get out of here. What do you guys think about all of those players? Let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions about it down in the comments section below. I'd love to hear it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope you all enjoyed. And as always, guys, I'll see you all in the next video or the next live stream. But until then, and as always, guys, goodbye for now, and go Bucs.